I'm excited about the topic today. One of my favorite things to learn about and talk about is freedom. One thing that our trainer today is going to be teaching is an idea. It's a principle that when I accidentally found it, and that's the truth, I accidentally stumbled upon this. I worked for 5 years of my life not knowing this idea. And as a result, I didn't make as much money as I could have made, and I had to work a lot harder. I ended up joining this one company, and my income doubled as a result, and then tripled as a result, with no more work, with no more enrollments. And it was all as a result of this one idea. So my business partner is going to be teaching this idea as well as some other things. So I would encourage you to pay attention. And if you get nothing else out, please go away with this one thing that he's going to be teaching. By the way, I'm Paul Hutchings. If you don't know me, nice to meet you. I see a lot of familiar faces here, but I'm sure we've got some guests. So we've invited, guests to be here today. So my business partner, Mike, who's going to be teaching today, quick intro of Mike. I met Mike for the very first time when he sent me an email. We were actually in a company, and my sponsor enrolled Mike. So we were kind of sidelined. So we didn't know each other. And Mike asked my sponsor, hey, do you know anybody in the company that's doing online marketing? He said, yeah, actually, there's this guy named Paul, and I can introduce you. And lo and behold, one day I get an email from this guy in Utah named Mike, and he was asking me some questions. And that's how we initially kind of connected, was via an email exchange. Well, then what happened is we both won a free trip to the Bahamas based on our results in this business. And so we end up on this cruise ship, Mike, his wife, Christy, and him, and my wife, Corrine, and I on this cruise ship. And through a strange turn of events, we find ourselves in this hot tub one night underneath the stars, floating on the ocean, just us four. And we started having a conversation, and we just became instant friends. We were like each other in so many ways. We had similar goals and dreams. We had similar values. And that was in 2012. So since 2012 to now, I've seen Mike earn over $1 million in one company that we were in, not a guarantee of income. See earnings disclaimer, right? I've seen him build 3 separate $1 million plus businesses. In the venture that we're working on together, we've helped to pay out over $6.3 million to people who are working with us. And all of that coming from a background where this person, Mike, actually failed high school English. He might tell you a little bit about that, but none of that mattered. Mike had a dream. He's been persistent. He's been focused. In fact, I remember I was in a company with him one time, and he was enrolling 20 customers a day. Not just for a day, not just for a week, but for a long period of time, 20 customers a day. So he's very accomplished. He's someone to learn from. All of that to say that I've known Mike for well over a decade, worked very closely with him, and he is like super honest. He cares about people. He cares about doing the right thing all the time. If it comes down to, hey, will this make me money but cause me to do something that's out of harmony with my ethics? Mike will say no every single time. And I really trust and value that in him. So I love him. He's my dear friend. And Mike, come on out if you're ready.
And so here is the exact question I want to ask you right now. How would you like to earn an extra $3,200 monthly residual income over the next 90 days? Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer here because the 90 days is not going to be a promise today. I'm literally going to show you the numbers. I'm going to show you the numbers on how to do this. And whether you do it or not, I don't know. But would you like to do that? Would you like to learn how to do that? And I want to just highlight one word here, residual. So I'm going to be sharing that with you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and let's get into this content today. Why should you pay attention today? Well, I'm going to show you the exact 4-step formula to hit your first or next $3,200 in residual income. And in fact, before I go too far into this, I do want to just talk about residual income for a second. Do you guys know there's a difference between residual income and regular income? So this formula that I'm about to show you is literally something that you can use in whatever company you want to use it in. And then we will also be showing you how to get there faster of the residual income model that we love, and how to hit this 3,200 even faster. So I call it like supercharge it. Okay. Because yeah, you could technically do this in any company, but I will show you why the one that we recommend is going to get you there a lot faster. We're also going to show you the tools and the training necessary to grow and scale your lifestyle business that you love. We're going to show you where to get started and moving even faster toward your dream life. So this formula can help you whether you're here as a guest or a new member, and I'm excited to get into that. So here's the 3K per month formula, part 1. And again, you can apply this to anything. So here's a concept that I learned after failing for so many years is once I started focusing on what you control, that was a big breakthrough for me. You show me just a straight up affiliate program, the top people are sponsoring hundreds of people. You show me any comp plan, it takes hundreds of people to make it work. But what if you didn't need hundreds of people? What if there was a comp plan that you can make decent money with less than hundreds of people, right? So I'm going to show you both ways, but the bottom line is you need to focus on what you control. And in fact, I have proof of this. I had a guru who posted, this guy named Eric Worre. He's a network marketing guru. He posted this, my 7-figure earners, network marketing friends. And by the way, I'm not here to promote a network marketing company to you here today. In fact, I'm just throwing this out there because I follow a lot of people in network marketing. It's part of home business. So just want to throw that little thing out there. But it says, please share how many distributors you've personally recruited. And so I'm going to prove it to you right now. All the 6 and 7-figure earners that were posting on he had over 450 comments on this post. And here's just some of them. Over 200 personally, last 60 days. Okay. Over 1,000 people, 550, 1,500. Okay. Over 8,000 for that guy, 170, 100-ish, 1,100, probably 1,500. You see that? So bottom line is in order to make money, you need to sponsor people anyway. And I will bet you 100% if this person who got 170, for example, if this person did it with a company that paid out a lot of money on the front line, they would make way more than they made in whatever company that they're building. Way more. With any comp plan, you put it up against any comp plan. If you stack the front line where you make all the money on your personal production and you times that out on any company comp plan, you're going to make more money. And I've ran these numbers over and over, and it's crazy. And I'll show you the numbers a little bit later, but it's insane to think about. And that brings me to part 2. You need to figure out the mathematical formula to hit $3,200 based on your specific comp plan. And I wasn't doing that. I just went into it with the whole, all you got to do is bring 2, who gets 2, who gets 2. I was not thinking about the mathematical formula to hitting $3,200 a month. I was thinking about the comp plan and the hype that they pitched me. And so the mathematical formula is what is going to set you free, because then you have a realistic goal. And so if you're here focusing on your sales, your personal sales, then guess what? You know the math to get there. You know how many you need to hit. Okay, so here is the mathematical formula. You guys ready for this? So what amount of money do you earn residually from one person paying for your products every month? So whatever it is you're selling, what are you paying for and what are you making, like when you make a sale of that? Now, there's a lot of pieces in comp plans, and I'll just tell you, they're hard to understand. Okay. But the one question you want to ask yourself is, what do you earn personally? On level 1, a lot of them have like all these levels and matrices and all these different things. What do you earn residually? You personally, when you go make a sale, what do you earn? Not the upfront money. I'm talking the residual money. Like there's actually some comp plans that I've seen out there who will pay a hefty upfront when you make a sale. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, what do you earn on month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 when they pay their monthly fee? That's what I was doing for 3 years and why I went 100K in debt, because I was not focusing on this. So here's some other math you can throw in there, and these are just for your own purposes. But what number, how many active members does it take to earn $3,200 a month? So what would the formula be for that? Just take the $3,200 and divide it by the commission amount you make. Okay? So just write that formula down. $3,200 divided by how much you earn on the amount, on the commissions that you make. So here's just one example, is if you make $10 per person and I'll pull open a calculator. You might not see my calculator, but so you take 3,200 divided by 10, you're looking at 320 people, sales, customers, however you want to word it, to hit 3,200 a month. So does everybody get that formula? Now, if you want to even go deeper, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but at a 2% conversion rate, how many leads would you need to generate that one sale? Obviously, the math is simple there. That's 100 leads, you get 2 sales, right? Or 50 leads, you get 1 sale. That's the formula there. And then at 30% opt-in, and this might be over some people's head, like maybe you don't even know what an opt-in page is, I don't know. But basically, these are just numbers, okay? These are just numbers, and you don't have to really know these last two, but I just wanted to give you that heads up. And that's the step number 1, is just knowing the number. And so if you don't know the number, then that's your first homework assignment. Figure out what you earn in the company that you're promoting personally when you go out there and make a sale. Now, if you're here to learn about our business, I'm going to show you how to supercharge that number, and you're going to be surprised at how low that number is, okay? I've actually made the math easy for you on this one. As you can see, the line where it says all 3 combo, 3,200, will only take you 25 sales. That's it, 25 sales. So let me break down each example. Let's do the 3K per month formula, part 1 or part 2 on each one, okay? The mathematical formula. Let's do the math for you so you don't have to do it in your head. First example, 2.5% is 25% residuals. You need 12,800 customers to make 3,200 a month. Does that make sense? Let me know if this makes sense. The second example was 60% on a $19 product, $11 temporary income for 12 months. So you need 290 customers every year, not just active customers, because you have to keep on replenishing those 290. So you got to get 290 per year to make $3,200 a month residual. Okay. But yeah, the first example was 12,000. Okay. And this is actually a really popular program, by the way, the first one. So anyway, third example was 5% on 150. It equals 0 residuals because they're out of business. Okay. So how many customers does that take? Infinite, right? Like literally you can't build it anymore. And then the HBA example, if someone bought all of our products, which I'll show you what those are at the end, we pay 80% commission on the front level, 25 customers. And I just want to throw this out there. This example, these 4 examples are the same amount of work. Does that make sense? It takes the same amount of work to get 25 sales as to get 25 sales in example 1, or the 25 sales in example 2, or 25 sales in example 3. Does that make sense? Like 25 sales is 25 sales. Bottom line, it takes the same amount of work to get 25 sales. So would you rather hit $3,200 residual with 25 or 12,000? I'm actually just curious. Which one would you rather focus on? Or 290 or infinite, right? So the reason I wanted to break this down is just to show you there are solutions out there where you can focus on the numbers. So it's important to get paid on your front level. Level 1, focusing on what you control. It's important to make those residual income from your personal efforts. And then you control your destiny. Let's move on. Part 3, you need a couple tools. And this comes back to the residual income. So Amy was paying for her tools for 20 years, as I said, like one of her tools that she uses on online business. So wouldn't it be cool to have products and services that you can get paid on that people need? Right? Like, so this is what you actually need to build a business. And again, this works for anything. You need a high paying affiliate program that pays on your front level. Okay. You need to have something that pays you well when you go out there and make a sale. And I'm not talking one-time commissions. I'm talking residual income. So that's step number 1. Okay. So write that down, jot that down, and we'll give you a solution for that for sure today. You need a website or funnel builder so that you can collect leads. The third thing is you need a domain name and email address. Okay. You need an autoresponder. This is a way to follow up with leads. Then the last 2, marketing education. You need to learn how to market a business. And so there's traffic and conversions. You need to learn those 2 different things. So one of them is traffic. That just means getting eyeballs to your website. Another one's conversions. That's how to convert those eyeballs into paying customers, right? That's all you got to do. That's the education you need to learn. These are the 5 things you need. I promise you, if you have all 5 of these things, you can make anything work. Live coaching and community. This thing right here, being able to get the help. Now, let me just ask you, would you think it's valuable if at any day during the week, you can pop on a Zoom and ask a question and get the help you need. Most communities don't do that. I'll just throw that out there. Most companies don't do that. I've never joined a company that had that ability, except for the company that we co-founded, which I'll talk about here in a minute. So that's part 3. These are the tools, these are the systems. You might want to screenshot this, but I will just say, even if you're building a network marketing company, you need all these things. Part 4, this is actually the final part, is focusing on 1 to 2 marketing methods to start. Sometimes you get overwhelmed. Sometimes you feel like you're just kind of backed into a corner and you don't know what to do, where to start. I feel like if everybody just focused on 1 to 2 marketing methods. So once you have all the other rest of the formula in place, and then you focus on 1 to 2 marketing methods every single day, then your business will start to work for you. And one way we like to explain this is like a funnel. So like if you think of your business as a funnel, here's the funnel in the middle, that's you. And what you're doing is you're taking advertising. So you're picking 1 or 2 of these different advertising methods. You're putting people into this funnel, and at the end, money comes out. And that is the key. And so really, and this is something that I've learned for many years, is there's really only 2 ways to make a business work. And that's either talk to people, okay? Talk to people or advertise. That's literally it. So you look at this top of this funnel here, there's YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Google Ads, just instant messenger, social media messaging, maybe emailing your friends and family. I don't know, whatever it is, the method, you really can only get there with 2 different methods, either talking to people one-on-one or advertising, and that's it. So pick 1 or 2. In fact, in the very beginning, I actually saw a guru who taught me this, and I think it's smart. What he did in his first 90 days is he went for 20 no's a day, which just means he went crazy prospecting and talking to people. Okay. He just went for 20 no's a day, like get a no quickly. And he went for 20 no's a day, and then he did a video every day. So he did a video every day. So what 2 methods was he doing? He was talking to people and he was advertising. The video a day is advertising. Like in the past, people used to call people on the phone. I know Paul's called people on the phone for many years. You can do that as well. That's still around. You can still do that. And I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to tell you guys too, if you are not marketing your business every day, you are not doing the right actions. Like learning is one thing. Like, yes, you have to learn, but if you're learning, you're not advertising. If you're learning, you're not talking to people. And one way I like to look at it is if you're learning, you're losing money. And when you're taking action, you're making money. So anyway, that's part 4. So with that, here's what I want to ask you guys. Do you want to use this formula for any company? Or would you like to learn how to hit $3,200 a month with only 25 active paying customers and have a company that only takes 2 sales per week for the next 90 days to hit $3,200 residual? And the way that I like to look at this is, see that car on the left? If you try to apply this formula to another company, that's like driving that car on the left, okay? And if you apply this formula to HBA, it's like driving the car on the right. Which one do you want to drive? Because I will just say, I don't know about you, but that first comp plan I showed you took 12,000 customers, that's driving this beat up car right here, okay? And 25 customers, it's driving this car right here. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to be introducing you to the company that Paul and I founded back in 2016 called the Home Business Academy. And the reason we started this company is because 11 years ago of doing the right things, we literally could not find the right company. Every company we had tons of them change the comp plan on us. We had tons of them go out of business. We had tons of companies paying us low commissions. We had companies doing the wrong thing, right? And so we were literally desperate at the time. Like I remember in 2016, we were in a hotel and we were with our team at an event. We were just depressed because we knew that company was going downhill, and we wanted to change and be the change we wished to see in the home business world. So our vision is freedom through principle-centered leadership. Our culture, quality, simplicity, and putting people first. Our comp plan is a high 80% residual payout so people can be free faster. And our products are all about personal growth, marketing, sales, and financial literacy. Literally everything you need to build a business from home, you can find with our company, the Home Business Academy. And also, you can hit your $3,200 a month with only 25 customers, as you saw when I showed you the comp plan a little bit earlier today. So our first product is called Let's Goal. This is a personal productivity app. It has a morning routine, digital vision board. You can create tasks that you can check off every day. I call it my task manager. It also creates habits that you can check off. And one of the coolest parts is it pays $8 residual. So you remember that $10 comp plan I showed you a little bit earlier? Paid 25 cents per sale. What do you guys like better? Do you like $8 on a $10 sale or 25 cents on a $10 sale? So bottom line is that's the theme of all of our products, by the way, is we pay you the majority of the commission. So HBA Funnel Builder is our second product. And this also comes with an academy. So this is a funnel building tool that you can build lead capture pages, sales pages, membership sites, digital products, registration pages, webinar pages, quiz funnels, calendars, okay, booking widgets. I mean, you name it, you can build it with our builder. In fact, I remember I did a speed test against some of those other builders that cost $97 a month or more. And our builder actually was faster. Everything loaded faster. So it's not only a quality funnel building tool. You guys remember back to the formula, some of the tools that you need? Remember one of them was a website builder? This is that. You get a website builder, but instead of paying $97 or $297, you are literally paying $25 a month. And when you decide to refer someone to this product, you get paid $20 residual. Pretty cool, huh? So that's our second product, traffic and conversions. This is the education I was talking about. You know how I told you guys you needed marketing education. That's what this product's all about. You learn how to make sales from 6 and 7 figure earners in this product. There's things like YouTube, Facebook, short form video, local lead generation. There's actually a training in there teaching you what to put on bandit signs and things like that to market and advertise in your local backyard. And then guess what? We also have 6 live interactive coaching sessions per week. So you can literally learn from 6 and 7 figure earners 6 days a week, ask your questions, bring your questions to these Zooms, and we're here to help you. Live interactive coaching every day throughout the whole week, other than Sunday. And no, this is not going to cost you $1,000 because normally when you go out there and try to buy coaching, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. Ask me how I know. I've actually paid multiple thousands of dollars for coaching in the past, and that's not what we're charging here. We're charging $125. And when you go out there and you decide you want to refer someone to HBA Premium, you make $100 a month residual. 100. So with that, you guys can get started today. You get Let's Go worth $29 value. You get the Funnel Builder, which is a $300 value. And you get coaching, which is a $1,000 value. So you're going to get $1,300 in value today for just $35. So you can get started at any time. Those links at the bottom of the screen. If you're watching this on a replay, you can click the button below, get started for $35 and get in all 3 of our residual income products. And just like I told you, when you own all 3 of these products and you make a sale, you earn $128 residual income per person, which only takes 25 customers to hit your $3,200 a month. And what happens if you want to make more than $3,200? What do you guys think? If you want to make more than $3,200 residual, what do you got to do? Just get more, just rinse and repeat. Just rinse and repeat. Make more sales, right? Help more people. Exactly. And then, so those are our 3 residual income products, and we have one last product. And so when we created this product, we asked, how can we help people avoid the mistakes we saw so many other home business leaders make? And we also asked, how can we help more people be more financially free? So that's when this 4th product came into our mind called the Financial Literacy Academy. And the metaphor on the screen here is like everybody's seeing the world and it's blurry. In fact, it was blurry for me as well. Like I remember I was just putting everything on a credit card. I was buying groceries on a credit card. I wasn't budgeting. I wasn't paying off debt. I was using debt irresponsibly. I didn't have the education. I grew up in a family that just blew all of their money, right? And never taught me anything, any financial principles, which is probably 90% of America right now, and probably other countries as well. People just blow their money. They don't know what to do with it. In fact, I've even seen leaders blow their money. I've even seen people who've made millions of dollars in other industries blow all their money and go bankrupt because they're seeing the world blurry. And what we want to do is we want to clear it up for you. We want to clear up your financial literacy so that you can see what's really going on. We can teach you how to manage your money better. We can teach you how to get out of debt. But really what's in this product is we're teaching you debt elimination, tax strategies, retirement strategies, records and bookkeeping, how to build long-term cash flow with rental properties, stress-free property management, asset protection, business entity setup, and because this is a one-time cost product, the retail value of this product is $1,000, but we don't want you to pay $1,000. So if you get started today at those links at the bottom of the screen, you can get a 40 or 50% discount. So if you're a new member and you've never joined our company before, or you're a guest, you can get a 50% discount at the guest link below and only have to pay $500 one-time cost. So really, we've made millions of dollars, and literally you can have all of our products, everything we know. Like, we don't hold anything back. You get ongoing coaching, you get a done with you business that pays you 80%, all for the less of a cost of a phone, literally $535. I was looking at phones and we were just kind of discussing this. Think about this for a second. Our smartphones cost more than this entire business. So literally, you can get everything here for less than the cost of a cell phone, and you have an entire business where we're here, we have your back, we're coaching you, we're giving you the products and services that you need to build a business and paying you 80% commissions. We're going to help you hit that $3,200 a month with just 25 customers, and you get all of that for $535 today. Now, if you don't want to get the Financial Literacy Academy right now, that's totally fine. You can join any of our other products as low as $10. Just go to those links, pick the products you want, and get started. Get inside the community. So we wanted to reward those who went above and beyond. And so we created a network called the Freedom Accelerator Network. So where we have a bonus vault that has a whole bunch of extra trainings that you get when you decide to purchase all 4 of our products, which is just being all in. And one thing I really love about this Freedom Accelerator Network is every day a verified 6 and 7 figure earner goes into this network and posts a short bite-sized training that you can watch and implement literally today. So you can log in there and for example, Amy, I remember we were on a mastermind and someone said, hey, how do you post to all 5 of those sites at one time or really shortly within minutes? And she's like, oh, I just posted it in Wealthflix. And so she did a video telling everyone exactly her process on getting all of her short form videos out to 5 different platforms, taking the same video and syndicating it to all 5 in minutes. And boom, that was a Wealthflix episode that she literally posted the other day. So it's pretty cool. It's an amazing network. I like to look at this as like you also get to connect with all the people who own all of our products. And it just helps you earn residual income faster because you are around the most committed, right? Because they've bought all the products. They're all in. They're paying for their products. They're helping craft the product. If you think about it, like they're all in there helping each other out. So anyway, so that is our bonus for those that decide to buy all of our products. So here is the I freaking love this and I'm all in bonus offer for people with the all in mentality. This is for you. For people who want to get the most value and make the most money because you own all of our products, you make 80% commissions on all of them. For people who want to build this business and not have to worry about missing out on commissions, because that is the only thing that in our comp plan is if you don't own one of the products, you don't earn a commission on it. Who do you think would represent our products better? Current customers or just random affiliates hawking the link out there? You guys tell me. And you can see here, there's lots of happy customers here. I'll just read one of these from Roger. HBA is more than a funnel building tool for your business. It is a personal growth program that allows you to grow at your own pace. I pinch myself at least once a day that I found such an outstanding online community that is full of integrity, honesty, positivity. Once you understand how helpful this group of people are, you'll never want to look anywhere else again. So I really love that Roger said that, but we always get testimonials like this in our community, and we just want you to be a part of it. We just want you to be a part of it. So I suggest you guys get started. So if you're a guest, click the button in the chat or on the page here, fill out the form, grab our triple residual lifetime bonus bundle. If you're a member, get our exclusive members only discount and get started today.